Well, after making so many pretty good movies that might have been a hit or miss with audiences or even critics these last few years, DreamWorks Animation has really come back this time as I just saw their brand new film, The Wild Robot, now playing in theaters. But is this new animated feature based on the book of the same name as good as the critics say? Or is this one just a complete waste of scrap metal? Find out in this spoiler free review right now. Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Dual, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a spoiler free review of the just now released sci fi survival flick, The Wild Robot, released by Universal for DreamWorks Animation. This is based on the book of the same name by Pierre Brown, actually book series. Sorry. And the film was directed by Chris Sanders, in, who had recently worked on some of DreamWorks films. Well, actually co-directed How to Train Your Dragon and The Croods, and also as well as Disney's Lilo and Stitch. This would be his second solo directorial film after The Call of the Wild. As this was produced by Jeff Herman and executive produced by Sanders' longtime collaborative partner Dean DeBlaw. It features Lupita Nyong'o as the voice of the titular character, along with Pedro Pascal, Kit Connor, Bill Nighy, Stephanie Sue, Mark Hamill, Catherine O'Hara, Matt Berry, and Ving Rhames. The film focuses on a robot shipwrecked on an inhabited island and must adapt to our surroundings, build relationships with the local wildlife, and become the adoptive mother of an orphan goose. Anyway, now now I'll give just a little bit of how the story starts. In a futuristic Earth, a Universal Dynamics cargo ship runs aground on an uninhabited island during a typhoon. Only one of its Rosam all-purpose utilitarian robots survives the crash. UH 7134, which is accidentally activated by the local wildlife and calling herself Ross for short. She attempts to advertise her service, but only succeeds in terrifying the animals and injuring herself. So she activates a learning save mode that translates the animal's language over several days, but still cannot find anyone who requires her help. She decides to signal her manufacturers to retrieve her, but accidentally crushes a goose nest and falling off a cliff, leaving only a single egg. And after defending it from a fox, it hatches and the newborn gosling imprints itself onto her and breaks her communication transponder. And thus she soon dubs the goose Brightbill. She also kind of makes friends with the fox named Fink, as well as an opossum named Pinktail. She soon becomes friends with several others, managing to make amends. But anyway, that's all the story I will tell you. If you really want to know what happens, then you're gonna have to see the movie. Now, Sanders first encountered the original Wild Robot book through his daughter, and years later was offered an opportunity to direct the film adaptation at DreamWorks. Now, the film uses a hand-panned aesthetic inspired by classic Disney animated films and the works of Hayao Miyazaki, who has done films like, well, films for Studio Ghibli, films like Spirited Away, Howl's Moving Castle, Ponyo, and more recently, The Boy and the Heron. Anyway, this is also the final DreamWorks film to be animated entirely in house at the studio. as the studio would begin relying heavily on outside vendors after this year, which of course is now currently starting with their next film, Dogman, based on the books on another book series, which will be coming out early next year. Now, for my thoughts on this film, I loved it. If you didn't see my out of theater reaction, I will tell you right now, the Wild Robot is definitely one if not one of the most incredible DreamWorks film animation films that come out in a long time. Now, although I did like some of their other stuff that recently came out, like the Trolls sequels and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish and the Croods sequel, stuff like that. But this one just took the cake. The best film animation animated film DreamWorks is I have ever encountered in over 5 years since How to Train Your Dragon, The Hidden World. Anyway, the film made its premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival earlier this month, and so far has been getting very good reviews, actually. The film currently sits at 98%, making it the second highest DreamWorks animation film, right behind the original How to Train Your Dragon. According to the site, they say a simple tale told with great sophistication. The film is wondrous entertainment that dazzles the eye while filling your heart to the brim. Metacritic has it as a score of 85, while Cinema Score gave it an A grade. While those surveyed by PostTrack gave it a 96% overall positive score, with 62% saying they would definitely recommend it. Mm-hmm. I have to agree and what have you. And it's so far been doing pretty well, but despite I was rather disappointed this last weekend that Transformers 1 didn't do too well. I'm wishing this film the best of luck in doing much better. And I think with a good score like that, this is higher than any other anime film, surpassing even Inside Out 2. Do you think this will actually be a winner at the Academy Awards? Well, the answer is maybe, but let's not get too far ahead of ourselves yet. But hey, it could happen. All right, now next up, I like the score for the film, done by Chris Bowers, who actually recently did the some work for others. Let's see. Okay, yeah, who recently did the scores for other movies, including Space Jam: A New Legacy, Respect, Haunted Mansion, and The Color Purple remake from last year. Also, and more recently, he did the score for Bob Marley One Love earlier this year. I gotta give him credit. He did an exceptionally good job on the score. Now, the animation and its atmosphere was so beautiful. It was so amazing, incredible, etc., etc., etc. Also, another fun thing is that I like the emotional depth this film provided. Why this had a whole lot of it, definitely. Anyway, I enjoy it from start to finish. I'll only give you a heads up. There is a post credit scene at the end, but it's not as big as you think it is. But just check it out if you want to. Okay. Now for our voice acting cast, we have Lupita Nyong'o voicing Roz. I must say she was so incredible in voicing this character. Next voice in Fink is Pedro Pascal, who, of course, y'all mostly know as the voice of the Mandalorian, and also recently appeared in films like Wonder Woman 1984 and many others. Currently he's about to star in the long-awaited Gladiator 2 coming up later on. Voicing the character of Bright Bill, the goose, that's the grown-up version, is Kit Connor, who who is currently seen on Netflix's Heartstopper. He was also recently in films like Rocket Man, the Elton John biopic, and several other films and TV shows. While Boone Storm voiced the baby version. Catherine O'Hara, whom we more recently saw in Beetlejuice, voices Pinktail. Yes, a Virginia Possum who's absolutely very funny. I really like that character. Bill Nighy, you may know from Pirates of the Caribbean franchise and the Underworld series. He voices Longneck, an old Canada goose who helps Roz understand teaching Bright Bill how to fly. Stephanie Sue voices Vantra, a robot. There. Okay, it's for Sue, excuse me. I apologize for mispronouncing that. And of course, she was also in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Mark Hamill, you know best as a certain Luke Skywalker, voices Thorn, a brown bear. Matt Berry played Paddler, a British accented beaver, and Ving Rhames, who most people would know best from the Mission Impossible films, did the voice of Thunderbolt, a peregrine falcon who helps Bright Bill learn to fly. So the cast is exceptionally superb. So with everything I have said, the score is good, the cast is good, the characters are good, the story is good. So it's the atmosphere and the animation very beautiful, incredible, etc. On that. And overall, I didn't find anything wrong with the Wild Robot. No way. This is definitely a nice little film. I think your kids will like it too. So take them to see this film. And I'll tell you this, you won't be disappointed. But I did love the Wild Robot. So for my score, I'm gonna give the Wild Robot 5 stars, which of course means on a scale of 1 to 10, it gets a 10. So what did you think of the Wild Robot? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, consider clicking the like button, subscribe and be a part of the Big D Nation. Continue to help support my channel. Make it grow, make the views grow. Tell all your friends about my channel. Get them to know me and come subscribe. Be a part of my Big D Nation, as I've said. And join me next time when I give you a special re-review of Joker. So if you like this, consider checking out some of these other robotic type flicks in their anime. In the upper left hand corner is my review of Disney and Pixar's WALL-E. The upper right hand corner is my review of the recent film Transformers 1. Or if you'd like a little more fun with some feathered friends, they may not be geese but ducks, check out my review of Illumination's recent hit from last year, Migration. And the bottom right hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thank you for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.